You mentioned that the biggest item was economics. Could you go into some more depth on that?
I can. So, in Martinez and Hayward, obviously we recommended a number of programs that we thought would kind of give us the biggest bang for the buck in greenhouse gas emission reduction. But if we, like for example in Tracy, where we're doing our first pilot, it's a bedroom community. Probably 40% of the city commutes to Sacramento or San Jose or somewhere here in the Bay Area. And considering VMT is the largest greenhouse gas emission, it would be difficult for us to recommend that they change their VMT habits without giving them an economic outlet for actually not traveling to the Bay Area. So,
what does VMT stand for?
VMT, vehicle miles traveled.
How much you drive?
Yeah, basically how much you drive. So if we tell them the number one issue, 60, and a lot of these plants, over 60% of the GHG emissions are from VMT. Well, telling people in Tracy that they can't drive anymore takes away their economic base. So in Tracy, we're going to focus a lot on focus as much as we can on creating jobs in Tracy and recapturing the VMT of the high commuters, high number of commuters. And I think that's going to be common in a lot of the bedroom communities, and even not so much in the communities that aren't bedroom communities. The VMT in Hayward is a huge GHG emission. VMT in Martinez is 60. I can't remember, 62% of the greenhouse gas emissions. So, and they're not a bedroom community. They have.
Is that word veteran community or something?
Bedroom, sorry.
Bedroom. Thank you.
And so creating an economy where there isn't one and giving alternatives to those who commute or have high VMT rates is going to be difficult.
Do you ever talk about urban growth lines when you approach this? I mean, it would seem that a lot of the communities, like Tracy, I assume, needs an urban growth boundary to encourage density in the city. Can you even bring that up in these plans?
Yeah, actually, Tracy has an urban growth boundary, and they keep relaxing it. And it's difficult to address that because most cities around the state and the country have been operating under the economic model of growth leads to a good economy. So we absolutely want to encourage growth boundaries, but again, we have to give them an alternative economic model. So if they can't grow, how else can they support their economy? Which is why I keep saying the economy is the largest issue that we're going to have to deal with.
A couple questions. So what's the percentage of greenhouse gas emissions that are represented by I think it's the Shell refinery up there in Martinez?
In Martinez, so Martinez during ICLEI did the greenhouse gas inventory, and if I remember correctly, Shell is outside of the city boundary, and so it's not calculated in the greenhouse gas inventory, and which is unfortunate because obviously it would have been a tremendous amount, but basically the county is left to deal with it. But.
Okay, and then the follow-up question I have is, so the $65 million grant that you applied for a funding pool for climate action plans, to whom and what's the process on it?
So this $65 million grant is through, so the partners of the Emerald Cities program is the Department of Conservation, Town Green, the National Charrette Institute, and Navigant, National Charrette Institute, and Navigant Consulting. And so Navigant Consulting is actually part of a group called the California Sustainability Alliance, who has written the grant to the, I think it's a CEC grant, or maybe, I'm not exactly positive to whom they wrote the grant to, but it is a state grant, and they are obviously awaiting for the state, for
because of the budgets.
Right, for the state to figure out how they're going to, if they're going to award these grants, and if not.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I think we need to get on and just do, at our meetings, we always have updates. So thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome. I do have some flyers here about the Emerald Cities program if anybody wants to take one.
Yeah.
And
I'd be happy.
great. And please contact us if you are interested in your city participating.